Okay, so I've tried to record this video 3 times. I've already put the whole passenger side on. And I've got 2 of the brackets for the driver's side. Getting ready to put the 3rd one on, so I'm gonna go back over. I left the 3rd one off on the driver's side, that way I could show you how I did the other 5. The other 2 on the driver's side and the other 3 on the passenger side. So what tools you will need is 13 millimeter, 10 millimeter, a ratchet or whatever you want to use. I used a ratchet. I used an impact to get it to draw the bolts up, but I used a ratchet to tighten them down because I didn't want to damage anything. So what you're gonna do is take these little, whatever you call these things, and you'll start at the back. This is the driver's side. If you look up, it's the first holes in the body. What I mean by holes is they look like that. So the first one, you'll put that little clip looking thing in. Then right up here, in this hole here, there was this little plastic piece. I just poked this screwdriver into it and popped it right out of there, so that way I could slide another one of these things into here. See, when I slid that in, I went ahead and took one of the 8 millimeter bolts with washer, and the 8 millimeter bolts has a bolt has a 13 millimeter head, so that the socket will be a 13 millimeter for those bolts. Then what you'll do is you'll take your bracket here, slide it down behind there like that, and it'll hang freely on its own. Then go to your pile of bolts, get you another one of these, and the matching color washer. And the reason I said the matching color is because the other ones are silver and silver, so they made them the same color, which helps out, so you know what goes to what. And that's even the same color also. I don't know if that was on purpose or accident, but whatever, it works. So let's see here. I'm gonna lay this phone down, hoping I can get this right here. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I'll show you after I get done tightening this bolt in here, and I'll show you where I put the bolt if the camera's not showing. And you don't want to tighten these all the way down just yet. I mean, you can tighten them down kind of snug, but not all the way, because you're going to need to slide them back and forth and adjust just a little bit once you get your running board on. What I'm doing now is I tightened that little bolt up. Now I'm finger tightening this one just to draw it up to the body of the truck, so it's not hanging too terribly bad. Okay, so now it's up there pretty good. And as you can see, my other 2 are up there the same way. And actually the very front one up there on the top bolt, it doesn't get one of these things, the clips. It doesn't get one of those because the body actually already has holes drilled in it with threads. So the front one and the next one, you won't need the little clip things because the bolts will thread right into the body. But the last one you will need, because like I said, there's a plastic tab that's in here. You'll pop it out, and then you'll run this little clip in like that, and put the bolt in it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the running board on here, and I'll get right back with you in 1 second. And I told you the front one and the second one on the driver's side, actually on both sides of my truck, has the bolt holes already from the dealership, or from Chevy, GM, whatever. This is a 2018 model truck, by the way. It already has them, but if your truck doesn't, there's the other 4. So if your truck doesn't already have holes drilled in there with threads, you'll just do all of them exactly like I did that one. Pop that plastic piece out if yours has it, and slide the little clip thing in there and put the bolt in. So then what I'm gonna do now is, I got the running board set on here. It's loosely just sitting. And on the very end down here, you can see there's, there we go. There's this bigger holes. You wanna take these bolts. If I can grab a hold of them, it's hard to work underneath the truck. I should have jacked it up a little bit. Let's see here. So you'll put that in there and just slide them down. And for the front two, you want to do them on this end right that I'm on. You'll do them from the front. So there's 2 bolts for the inside of this one. And there's 1, 2 more. So a total of 4 bolts on the inside slide, and a total of 4 bolts on the outside slide. And I'll show you what I'm doing here as soon as I get these last 2 in. Okay. So what I did was I went ahead and put all those in there like that. And the reason why is so you can pick up on the running board and slide these 4 down to your middle one. Let's see here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. I've got the phone laid on my chest. If you can't, I'm sorry. I didn't have anybody to record the video for me. So what we're going for is that. You want to also do that on the front one, which I'm about to do. And you also want to do it on the back one. But the back one, you can slide on from the back. You don't have to slide them all the way from the front. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll catch right back up with you. All right, so I'm back. I've got those in all of my brackets. Sorry, somebody's dog is yapping like crazy around here. And then you're going to take these washers. I'm not using these little gold ones. I think they're more of a hassle than they're worth. I've never actually used them for anything, period. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see if I can get this phone to sit still. If you can't see that, again, I'm sorry. I work on this thing underneath my truck by myself with no jack. Alright, put a washer on, then a nut, and repeat that on all 12 of these on this side. So let's see. A washer and nut, but don't tighten it all the way down just yet, because you're going to want to stand outside the truck and adjust it back and forth, in and out, to get it where you want it, what looks the best, what works the best. So go ahead and put all the nuts and washers on, and I'll get back with you in 1 second. All right, so now that those are all on like I told you to do, I'm going to come outside here and look at it. Again, I told you that you can still slide them and you can still go in and out. So what I'm wanting to do is, let's see here, I'll probably slide it back just a little bit. You can adjust it how you want and what looks best on your vehicle. So I'm probably going to put mine about right there, almost lined up with the front door. So I'm going to go ahead and go back underneath. And first I want mine pulled all the way out. So I'm going to pull out on the front part here and tighten those 4 bolts down. Actually, let's go ahead and pull out on the whole thing if that's how you want it. And once it's all the way out, just go ahead and tighten all those up. Front to back, or back to front, middle to outsides, whatever you want to do. Just go ahead and tighten all four bolts on this one and that one. Then after you get those 4 bolts tightened, you want to go back underneath here. Let's see, where you at? Tighten those bolts up that are on those brackets. So that's all you have to do. Tighten the 12 little bolts, which are 10 millimeters, and then go back underneath where we first started with the gold nuts. They are 13 millimeter. Tighten those up, and then you're done with the driver's side. All right, so that side's done, tightened up. Oh, I forgot my screwdriver under there. So we'll go to the passenger side. The back two brackets are the exact same on this side. The only thing different, I'm not sure if I told you at the beginning of this video or not. Like I told you, I've tried to record this video 3 times now. And something like the first time somebody called me and it cut off, and the second time it said it was too hot. The camera got too hot. Oh, it's pretty hot outside today. So the only thing different about the passenger side is you have this little, let's see here. It comes with this little bracket. It's got this point. And it comes with this little bolt that has this thing attached to it. So what you want to do, oh, and the running board bracket on this side is different than the other 5, so you can't, there's no way you can go wrong. So get the running board bracket that looks different, and go ahead and set it to the side before you start any of this, and that'll be for the front passenger side. So anyway, what you want to do is take this little bracket piece I was telling you about. If you look at it like this, the slope goes down. That's how you want to put that in there, because you want the bolt hole to be on toward the front of the truck. That's the front wheel. So anyway, just go ahead and put this little bracket on here, tighten this bolt down, and then you'll take that little bolt that has the black piece on it. You run it down through that hole. It runs down through the hole right here. The hole looks like that. It'll run down through that, and then down here on the bottom you'll put a washer and the only gold nut that's in the bag of bolts and nuts. You'll put that nut on there and tighten it down. What this little tab thing here is for is to keep the top part from moving while you're tightening that bolt down. Where'd you go? Right there. While you're tightening that bolt right there down. And once you get that bolt tight and that bolt up there tight, you can go ahead and, let's see, make sure I'm not telling you wrong here. So the first bolt you want to tighten is this one up here, but don't tighten it down 100%, just tighten it down snug. Then put your running board bracket on there, tighten these 2 bolts, just like I told you, and then go ahead and tighten that one down all the way. Then repeat like the other side on the other two brackets on the passenger side. Do it like you did the driver's side. Same thing with the running boards. Adjust them to where you want them, tighten them down, and you are good to go. Here's a walk around of what it looks like on my 2018 Silverado crew cab. These are the 4-inch iBoards. I think it looks pretty good, and it's a whole heck of a lot cheaper than what you would pay for them at the dealership if you bought this truck with those running boards on it already. I just bought this truck 4 days ago, and they were trying to sell me the running boards with it for like 500 bucks. I'm not going to give away the price that I paid for them, but I purchased them on Amazon for a lot less than 500, I'll say. And they look good on the truck. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I'll reply to it. Thank you very much. See ya.